I could be wrong. Fan.
It's a good chaos map. Right?
Okay, yeah, that is.
Wasteland has bullshit bumps in it that just show for no reason, and you can also fly through the map, and you can just get crazy latency. No, fuck that map.
Good chaos map. I agree with Drew on that. Because both of them fucking suck, and I never want to play either.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it. It was coming.
A man after my own feelings.
Feelings.
Spectate.
Alright, spectate. No cam.
Alright. Oh, how do these buttons work again? Fuck.
Just hit 0 on your keyboard and use your controller to move.
0. I'll turn my HUD back on.
Alright, so starting off from the break, we have Gandalf versus Dreaded. Gandalf in the orange trunks, Dreaded in the blue trunks. Currently over on Dreaded's side, he does pick up the boost, getting it out of the corner now. Gandalf rushing back to the goal, should be able to get there in time. Don't see any reason why this should cause any trouble for him. Misses the ball. This could be a goal. He's rushing back, but it's too late. Dreaded gets the first goal 21 seconds into the game. You can watch one right here. There's the miss. And then bounces off the wall. Easy pickup.
I tried using ball cam. I don't know what I was thinking.
Stick to your roots for this, Drew. Don't psych yourself out.
Alright, coming right off the break. See, Gandalf gets the first touch, heads over to his side. He should be able to get there in time. Pops up into the air, heads over into the corner. Dread going back to grab the boost. Gandalf heading forward. Keeps it up into the air, trying to hit it over Dread. It does force him to back off as it's a bit too high to get to easily. Doesn't hit the ball off the corner though, and is in a bit of a difficult spot heading backwards. Dread's definitely in front of him. Gandalf trying to get there in time. Does manage to hit it out of the way, gets into the corner, and heads up into the goal for the defense. We'll see if Dread's able to get it past him. Gets up over the top of him. Gandalf's in an interesting spot. Doesn't quite have the angle though, and it gets batted out back towards the middle of the goal. Gandalf heading over. He might actually be able to score a goal here.
Nice. What a dick.
Yeah, fuck this commentator.
I got stuck on top of the ball. That was really fucking annoying.
Shoutcaster's condescending.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, look, shoutcasters have to be condescending, especially when they're mostly sober. Spawning in the corners here, we'll see both players heading off towards. We'll see who gets the better of the break. Gandalf does hit it first. I know I was talking to him earlier today, and he was saying that he was trying to get good breaks here. It doesn't look like that one was too great, and Dread almost actually gets the goal, but it was a great block, able to hit it out of the way. Gets it over into the back corner, heading over there. We'll see if he picks up the boost. Does get batted over the top of him. Dread in a good spot. Might be able to score a goal. If Gandalf's rushing back, let's see if he gets there in time. He's out of boost. He's flipping forward to try to make it, but nope. Dread able to get it off the missed shot in the corner, where he flew past the ball and was able to get an easy pickup there.
Quick heads up, y'all. 9 auto cam is actually pretty tight. It follows it pretty well.
Does it? I'll give it a try. Alright, spawning in opposite corners once again. Pretty even break. Gandalf might get a little bit better because he was able to recover off the jump a little bit quicker. Ball's not going too much. It's staying mostly centered over in that side. Gandalf heading back for the defense. Dread playing a bit more aggressively once he sees Gandalf backs off. Just playing cautiously. We'll see if this pays off for him. Gandalf's pretty well in the goal. He should have boost, so he should be able to make a block here. Pretty easy block, and he does get it past him. He's got a good spot. We'll see if Dread can get back in time. He doesn't quite get the angle to make a goal. It's definitely a shame. He definitely had Dreaded beat on the break there. And goalpost best goalie. It does hit the corner of the goal. Gandalf's able to get back in time to bat it out of the way. Both players heading back towards blue side. Gandalf does get past him, but it's heading in the corner, which should give Dread more than enough time to get back and go for the defense. Gandalf does steal the corner boost, though, so he's got 100% boost. Although Dread does have a great block and kicks it over to orange side. We'll see if he's able to make a play off this. Gandalf makes it into the goal in time. Let's see if he's able to beat him. Both players playing very cautiously here, knowing that any mistake can lead to an easy goal. Dread hits it over the top. Gandalf does stay back in the goal, doesn't take the bait, knocks it back out to the corner, heads back for that defensive position, really trying to see if Dread overcommits here so that he can just run the ball past him. Still only a 1-goal game with 2 minutes left. It's really anyone's game. Gandalf does hit it over the top and balls up real high though, so Dread should have more than enough time to get it back. Gandalf stops the ball, hits it up straight, and both players go flying past. I think there might have been a collision there, which probably prevented the ball from moving.
No,
Gandalf does get back to it first. After he recovers, not quite able to make a goal, was out of boost, wasn't able to get around it. But after the ball bounced off the top of him, he was able. Let's see the replay one more time. I want to watch what happens here. So Gandalf hits it off the corner. And Dread tries to hit it, but doesn't quite get the flip to knock it out of the way, which leaves it in a stationary position. Gandalf was able to come in for the goal, tying up the game 2-2, minute 45 seconds. Things are getting a bit tense here. We'll see if who's able to pick up this first game. Gandalf batting Dread out of the way, able to stop the ball and heads it back over to Dread's side, but he does manage to kick it out into the corner, grabs his own boost, 100% boost, so we'll see if he's able to make a play off that. Hits it up high over the top of him. Gandalf rushing back to the goal, should be able to get there in time, but goes for the boost. That might have been a mistake, because now the goal's wide open and Dread's able to pick up the goal. Not 100% sure if he knew exactly where the ball or how close Dread was to it, but if you look here, he could have made it back in time, but instead went for the boost, which gave Dread an open goal. Bit of a misplay there. We'll see if he's able to recover. Still a minute 30 left, only a 1-goal game. Can very easily tie it up, get 1, maybe 2 more goals. Gandalf gets the first touch. Relatively even break. It does head back over to his side, but it kicks out off to the side of the field. So there shouldn't be anything going on quite yet. Dread heading back for the defense. Gandalf, we'll see if he's actually goes aggressive. He's been very defensive this game. Heads back over into the corner. Gandalf should still have a little bit of boost left. He didn't use much there. In a dangerous position, and Dread is able to get there in time. Let's watch that one more time. If you look here, he actually knocks it off the wall, and it rolls around the side. Now, we talked about this in the show match between Wynn and Gandalf. When you roll the ball across the side, it doesn't actually bounce, so it'll go straight in front of the goal if you do hit it correctly, and that's what happened there. It's a great play by Dreaded. 1 minute left, 2-goal lead. It's still possible for a comeback. We'll see what happens here. Dread does grab that side boost, and it is on Gandalf's side, but it kicks over in the corner. I don't expect to see a goal here. We've seen Gandalf have a pretty good defensive game this game. And Dread heading back, playing defensively. It's an unusual style. We'll see if it pays off for him. He might just be trying to burn out the clock here, but we've seen him be very aggressive. It's unusual for Gandalf to take the lead. Usually he waits for Dread to overcommit on a shot before making his move. This time, probably knowing he's only got 30 seconds left, trying to score a quick goal so he can tie up the game. Dread trying to keep it up in the air. This might actually be a goal if he can get the angle right. Nope, not quite. Doesn't quite have enough boost to get there, but he's in a bit of trouble now. Gandalf might be able to get there. Out of boost, though, so can't quite beat Dreaded to the goal, who does get there in time to knock the ball out of his way and keep it in that corner. He's probably just going to try to keep it in the corners most of the rest of the game unless he can beat Gandalf, but with 7 seconds left, we'll see what happens. Unless he gets a goal right now, I don't think that's going to happen. So game 1 headed over to Dreaded. 4-2, fairly close game. We'll see what happens in game number 2. Now, I'm fairly certain that Gandalf will be able to pick the next map. Let's see if we can get confirmation from the booth.
That's good.
Alright, so Gandalf will...
from the booth!
So Gandalf will be able to pick the next map.
I don't care.
We'll see which one he picks. It looks
He
like...
does not care.
You want to just do the same map then?
Are we doing a rematch here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so it looks like Gandalf is going to choose the same map, a ballsy choice. Usually, players will try to find a map that they have an advantage on, but Gandalf, very confident, and he did play very well that game. He just, a couple of misplays that gave Jared that 2-goal lead, which is hard to come over. So we'll spawn back in on the first map. We'll see if both players...
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh.
Get off my team.
Alright, spawning back in. Both players should be switching sides here. We see Gandalf spawning in on the blue side, Dreaded spawning in on the orange side.
Yeah, did somebody spawn first on blue team?
Yep. It's gonna be.
Yeah,
I
they're
hit
they're opposite.
auto. Yeah, we should probably start it again.
Yeah.
Which color do you want, Drew? Like you could.
I don't know, usually they make you switch every time, so I was just gonna switch. I don't want one color to have the advantage here, okay?
It looks like we're having a bit of technical difficulties, so we're going to reload the game.
Okay, Drew,
I
I'll
apologize
be
to the
orange
audience.
this time.
Yeah. Sorry, we discussed that before the match
We
started.
didn't color coordinate beforehand. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Are y'all maintaining colors throughout this?
Drew's the one that is the color coordinated. I'm a fucking disheveled mess, so I don't know how colors work. I just hit auto.
Alright, so this time we do have Gandalf spawning in the blue trunks, and Dreaded spawning in on the orange trunks. Both players spawning in cross-map positions for the first break. Just waiting for the game to start. In 3, 2, 1, And both players spawning in, going for the break. We'll see what happens here. Gandalf does get the first hit, does manage to get the ball in a very good position, hits it right over the top of the Dread,
Jesus Christ!
We
who
both
got
went
there a little bit
full
late.
retard on it.
Both flew right over the
How
ball.
the
Me a little
And
less so than
Dude,
you.
you fucked yourself real hard.
That's something that I would most likely describe
That
as a
was
clown
actually-
fiesta.
Remember
You
when I
watch
was
both
talking to you-
players here. If you watch both players here, Sword passed the ball, and then Gandalf got hit into the ball into his own goal. 1 goal in 11 seconds. Definitely a bad break. Gandalf does get off the better break onto the second goal. 4 minutes 45 seconds left. He does take the corner boost. Dreaded should be able to get there in time. Stops the ball. Dreaded hits the ball back into the corner. Gandalf trying to recover. Should be able to get there in time. Tries to aerial the ball out of the way. Doesn't quite get the hit. We'll see if he's able to block it in time. He actually gets there with a great block, but not quite enough oomph to stop the ball. If you watch it, he did actually beat Dread to the ball. It was the correct play. He just didn't quite have enough force to stop the momentum fully because of how fast that ball was going, which did give Dread his second goal of the game. 2-0 with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left, spawning in cross-map positions. We'll see what happens here. Pretty even break, slightly in favor of Gandalf. Dread's backing off, grabbing a little bit of boost, heading into his goal onto the defense. Gandalf picks up the corner boost, 100 boost. Both players collide. Does go pretty straight off into the air after the pinch. Dread hitting it back over to the opposite corner. And over the top. That was actually a good play. He bounced it off the wall so that he can hit it over the top of Gandalf. Gandalf trying to get there in time for the block. Does manage to get there in time. That was a great E-break into the front flip so he can get there in time to block the ball. Racing back towards the goal. We'll see what happens here. He does flip over the top of him. That was a beautiful play. If you watch one more time,
Damn.
he flipped the ball over the top of Dreaded right as he's going for the block. For the quick goal, you see one more time in slow motion. Right there. That was a beautiful goal. Closing the game to a 1-goal game. Both players spawning in the corner positions once more. We'll see what happens off the break. Gandalf boosting forward, hits the ball first. They do hit it about the same time because Dread front flipped. So they do get to it about the same time. Keeps it relatively even. Dread definitely gets a better hit off of the aerial on the wall. Both players rushing forward. Dread takes the boost. But Gandalf does grab his corner boost. He should be able to get there in time. Does get to the ball first, but Dread should be able to block that. Kicks it off to the side. And both players fighting for position now. Gandalf in a bit of a better position, but Dread should be able to get there in time. Yep, knocks it back out of the way. Now Gandalf's in a bit of an interesting spot, all the way back into his goal, but the ball has so much momentum bouncing back and forth off the left and right side of the field. Not much to be able to happen, but Dreaded does get a good break, but can't quite get position before Gandalf was able to make it back. Grabbing that boost definitely saved him there, as he was able to get there right before Dreaded was able to secure that goal. You see a great aerial off of Dread to keep the ball out of position of his goal. Had he not gotten that aerial, the ball come down right in front of the goal. And Gandalf, with a close aerial, does hit it into the corner. Very, very close there. Trying to regain control of the ball, get it back going in the right direction. Dread does get one more aerial, bounces it past Gandalf. This can be dangerous. He's got the boost for it, he's got the position, and that will be goal number 3 for Dreaded, making this a 2-goal game with 2 minutes and 39 seconds. You can watch that one more time as he aerials over the top of Gandalf. Gandalf doesn't have enough boost to make it there in time. Dreaded had the boost, he had the play, and was able to secure his 3rd goal of the game.
Boost management.
Spawning back in opposite corners, or in opposite sides, one more time. Both players head for his ball. Gandalf gets the first touch once more, which does kick it back to his side of the field. Dread trying to set it up off the wall to himself, hits it over the top of Gandalf, and that's going to be the 4th goal. I think Gandalf got a little bit anxious there. He's been playing in the goal for the most part, but he came forward to try to contest. You watch right here, which caused Dread just to hop over the top of him and score the quick goal. We'll see if he's able to come back. 3-goal position. It's not impossible. 2 minutes and 28 seconds left. It's definitely going to be difficult. We'll see what happens. Dread definitely gets the better break there. Hits the ball very much after Gandalf and sets it right into the middle. We'll see if Gandalf's able to kick it out in time. Both players not quite getting the aerial there, which does put Dread in a bad position. Gandalf should be able to pick up a goal after this one. And there it is. If you watch one more time...
That was amazing when you hit me, Drew, by the way.
You watch one more time...
I didn't think that was gonna be close.
If you didn't hit me, I would have scored, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, you crushed him
Nice.
right away. That was good.
Yeah.
Alright, both players spawning once more on their goal sides. Both players do stop the ball dead. Gandalf does recover first, getting it onto Dreaded's side of the field. Picks up some of the boost. Doesn't quite grab one of the 100 boosts though, so we'll see if he's able to make any plays. Ball is in a good
mistake.
The ball is in a good spot, but it's bouncing too high up into the air. So Dread is able to get there in time and kicks it back to Gandalf's side of the field. Gandalf once again getting into the goal, playing defensively. And a bit of a miss there. Dread actually blocked the ball from going into the goal, getting Gandalf enough time to make it there, and it bounces off of him into the corner. Gandalf in a good spot. Let's see if he's able to get there. Dread's racing back. He should be able to get there in time. Gandalf picking up the boost this time smartly, so he'll have 100% boost in case he needs to boost back in an event like that where he does get beaten out in the defense. Boost back, should be able to get there in time. Ball's heading over to the side, not quite getting into the goal. Kicks back towards the middle. Now this time though, Gandalf should be low on boost. He used a lot of it to get back in time. We'll see if he's got enough. And he did not. Dread is able to get back into the goal in time and bat the ball out. Picks up the corner boost, sitting at 100 boost. Kicks it back over to Gandalf's side. Gandalf running low on boost, trying to get back to the goal in time. Dread kicks off the corner. Doesn't quite get that nice roll that we were talking about earlier, but does get a good bounce. If you watch one more time, he bounces it off the side. So Gandalf, when he tried to block, came out a bit on the inside. If you look right here, went right over the top of him on the inside, giving Dreaded the easy goal, making it once again a 3-point game. With 1 minute left, we'll see if he's able to bring it back. Spawning in opposite corners one more time. Dread with a fantastic break. I don't even think Gandalf touched that one. He might have clipped it slightly. But Dread definitely gets the better of that one, stealing the corner boost and getting into a good position. We'll see if he's able to beat him out again. Doesn't quite get the angle and actually hits it into the corner, which gives Gandalf a good position. He might be able to score a goal. We'll see. And there it is. So if you watch one more time, I don't know if we'll be able to see on the replay, but it actually bounces off the corner there, which puts Dreaded inside the goal and gives Gandalf more than enough time to get there way before he has any time to respond. And that's what we were talking about before with Gandalf's play. He's been playing very defensively, waiting for a mistake before he takes advantage of it. Where Dread's playing much more aggressively. It does seem to be working out in favor of Dreaded, though, as he still does have that 2-goal lead with 40 seconds left. We'll see if Gandalf's able to bring it back. He needs to be playing aggressively now. With only 30 seconds left, he needs 2 goals. And Dreaded does manage to kick it back. This actually might be a goal. I don't know if Gandalf will be able to get there in time. Looks like he will, and he is able to block it. Dreaded punting him back into the side of the goal. The thing is, that is going to burn a lot of time. That's going to be about 8 seconds where Gandalf won't be able to do anything. Dread just keeping the ball nice and high in these corners, knowing he just needs to burn out the clock. 10 seconds left. I don't know if we'll be able to see it come back unless Gandalf's able to score right here, right now, and get an amazing break. I don't think that's going to happen. Kicks it back into the corners, and we'll be heading into Game 3. Almost gets one more goal.
Dicks!
Didn't quite get the buzzer beater. The ball hit the ground right before it bounced into the goal. That's really unfortunate. But 5-3, a 2-point game. We'll be heading into Game 3.
Is this the elimination round?
Yeah.
Alright.
We'll see if Gandalf's able to make the reverse sweep coming into Game 3.
Everything is on the line.
Just waiting for all of our spectators to ready up here before we head out into the next one. Alright, looks like everyone's ready. Spawning in once again on the same map.
Did you go orange, Drew?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for the third and potentially the last game, we have Gandalf spawning in the orange trunks and Dreaded spawning in the blue trunks, just waiting for the match to start. Both players starting on their goal, opposite sides of the map. We'll see if Gandalf's able to bring it back. He's looking for the reverse sweep here, and we go into Game 1. Gandalf does get the ball first. He is actually able to get a slightly better break, though. Picks up the side boost, 100% boost. We'll see if he's able to make a play. Dread definitely gets a better one off of that break. Doesn't quite get the goal, bounces off the top, but he's able to capitalize when Gandalf couldn't quite get there in time. If you watch one more time, it bounces up and hits the top of the goal, and I thought Gandalf was going to be able to get there in time to block it, but he misses the ball, which lets Dread get an easy goal off the side in the first 14 seconds of this match. 1-0, 4 minutes, 46 seconds left. We'll see what happens here off the break. Gandalf definitely hits it first, gets a better break, once again on Dreaded's side. He did not have time to pick up boost, though. Neither player with much boost left. Gandalf hits it up high, trying to get a goal, but Dreaded does kick it off to the side. Picks up his orange boost. Gandalf's probably very low on boost by this point. I haven't seen him be able to get any. It's going to be very difficult. He does manage to beat him off the jump. If you watch one more time, well, I actually like to see this replay. He hits the ball over the top of Dreaded as he's boosting forward to try to get there in time for the block. Hits it up high, just slightly inside of Dreaded's turn radius, so he wasn't able to get there in time. Tying up this ball game, 4 minutes and 26 left. Both players spot offside. Dreaded, this time getting the much better break, picks up the side boost. Gandalf trying to get there in time. Ball is fairly centered, but since Dreaded went for the opposite side, he actually gets the explosion there. We'll see if he's able to capitalize on this. Grabbing the boost, trying to line up the shot. Gandalf respawning on the opposite side. We'll see if he's able to get there in time. He is able to get there in time for the block. Heading back, picking up some boost. There's no side boost that had not yet respawned after Dreaded had taken it. Both players heading back. Gandalf should be able to get there in time for the block. It kicks back into his corner, and now this is the type of style that Gandalf's been doing most of the game. This is how he's gotten most of his goals. He waits in the goal for Dreaded to overcommit, and then hits it out just like this. In this case, he's able to get a goal off of the aerial. We'll see it one more time here. So Gandalf hits it up top, and it bounces off Dreaded, and then ricochets off Gandalf for the goal.
And with the fucking turtle celebration.
For the first time, we see Gandalf taking a lead in this best of 3, 2-1. There's a 1-goal advantage to Gandalf. We'll be able to see if he's able to extend that goal or if it's able to come back. Ball's fairly centered. Gandalf does pick up the boost, even though it's on his side of the field. He has more than enough time to make it back into the goal. Dreaded doesn't have any boost. He forgoes the corner boost to try to score the goal. Might have been a bit of a mistake. He had just enough boost to get there in time. Sits out into the corner. Picks up his corner boost there. As both players are racing back towards orange side, not quite able to get the angle, bounces it off the side, and just a little bit too much oomph on it, and it hits off the top and into the corner. Gandalf rushing back to get in position for the defense, picks up the boost, hits the ball off the corner, but Dread's right there to keep the pressure on. We'll be able to see if Gandalf can clear this ball. It's been in a dangerous spot for the last 20 seconds or so. He should finally be able to clear it this time as he's able to knock Dreaded off to the left. And you'll see Dreaded heading back into this goal. Gandalf playing very cautiously. Dreaded able to get to the ball first. You saw Gandalf hang back, which gave Dreaded enough time to get to the ball and bat it away. Although Gandalf does the same thing right there. Gets to the ball first and hits it over the top of him. Dreaded does pick up that side boost, giving him almost full boost. Great block there by Dreaded. See if he's able to get... Nope, doesn't quite connect with the ball, leaving it in that spot, but Gandalf doesn't quite have the angle to get there in time, as he would have had to loop back around, which would have taken way too long. Dread picking up the boost one more time, knocks Gandalf out of the way, which is able to let him beat him to the ball. Gandalf's in a bad spot. This might be a goal. This should be a tie right there, and that ties up the game. That was a beautiful execution by Dreaded. If you don't know if you'll be able to see in the replay, not quite, but right before the replay started, Dreaded knocked Gandalf away from the ball, which gave him more than enough time to actually fully turn around and hit the ball over the top of Gandalf, which gave him that easy goal. Tie ball game here, both players spawning into the center. Fairly even break. Both players actually hit the ball at the same time. That was an unfortunate pinch by Gandalf. Or for Gandalf, excuse me, as it does head over to his corner. Knocks it off the side of the goalpost. Don't know if we'll see anything here. It's in a dangerous spot, but Gandalf should be able to get there in time. Knocks it out. He picks up his corner boost. Dreaded picks up the side boost. Both players at 100% boost. We'll be able to see if a player is able to take the lead here. Minute and 45 seconds left. Gandalf heading back into the goal with that defensive style we've been seeing. Knocks it off. That was a great block there, as Dread was trying to flip over the top of him, but Gandalf, having seen that play more than enough, knows he needs to go up high to block for that one. Boost forward, aerials the ball out of his goal. Does use up quite a bit of boost to actually do that, though, and puts in a bad spot. Now, if you watch one more time, when Gandalf aerialed, he actually flew past the ball, and it took way too long for him to recover, so Dread was able to knock the ball past him and kick it into the goal while Gandalf was still trying to recover. Bit of a misplay there. We'll see if he's able to bring it back. 3-2, minute 30 seconds, still a 1-goal game, so he's definitely got plenty of time to make it back. Gandalf definitely hits the ball first and gets a better break off of it. Heads into the corner. He goes for the aerial. A beautiful aerial by Gandalf.
Shit.
Let's see that one more time. I don't think Dread was expecting Gandalf to try to aerial there, because he didn't go up nearly as high, and Gandalf does manage to get over the top, and once again tying up the game. 3-3, minute and 20 seconds left. We'll see what happens off the break. Both players coming forward. Gandalf getting there first, but he does get the better position on it. Grabs the side boost. Didn't have enough time to get boost, so Gandalf does have a boost advantage on him. We'll be able to see he hits it over, up high over the top. I believe Dread was able to pick up his corner boost there. Gandalf flips over the top of him and hits the ball, but Dread, being able to pick up that boost, did give him enough time to get there in time to stop Gandalf from making the goal. Hits it off high on the wall. Doesn't quite get into a good position where he can do it. Gandalf hitting it back over towards his side of the field. It's actually a smart play because he knew if he tried to loop around, Dreaded would have been able to get past him, so he hits it forward, giving him enough time to get a good angle to stop it on the side. It does head back over to his corner. That actually might be in line for a goal if Gandalf doesn't get there in time, and it looks like it is. If you watch one more time, it bounces off the top of the wall, and Gandalf tries to get there in time, but Dreaded was able to get there in time to give it just enough momentum so that he could score the goal before Gandalf was able to get there in time to respond. 1 goal game, 40 seconds left. Gandalf will need to make a play soon. Otherwise, Dreaded will take this series. A fairly even break. Dreaded hits it over into Gandalf's side of the field. Pretty close shot on goal, but doesn't quite make it. Dreaded in the back of the goal. Gandalf has time to try to line up a shot here. This might be his last opportunity. He's heading straight. We'll see if he's able to make it. Dread does make the block. Gandalf tries to hang back so that he can rebound it off Dreaded, but he doesn't quite leave enough space for him to hit it back. He definitely had an opportunity for a goal there, but doesn't quite make it. He misses the ball. Almost gets there in time for the block. That would have been an amazing block had he angled that correctly, but Dread was able to capitalize on it. You see here one more time, doesn't quite hit the ball there, but tries to turn back around to place his car in front of the ball, but Dreaded, having none of that, front flips forward and hits it just past him, making it a 2-goal game with 9 seconds left. Looks like Dreaded is going to be taking this series unless something crazy happens off this break. When with the ball up in the air and in Gandalf's side of the field, I don't think that's going to happen.
Is it just me or the stand's empty right now?
And there it is. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have Robert Dreaded Kenny as the 1v1 champion.
There you go.
It's true. Good games.
There you go. Dude, I thought you were gonna pull that last one back,
I
Drew.
thought so too.
You're better than I thought, Drew.
Like, I was like, this is the one. Drew's gonna do it. He's gonna take him down.
That respect though at the end. Jesus.
They were good games. They were good games.
They were. They weren't blowouts.
Yeah. No, they were good.
I had fun. That was cool.
They were good games.
I was
Drew even
gonna
had
go
more shots than me that time. Look at that.